This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit betterhelp.com/double toasted and take care of you. I'm a different man. I'm going to see if old Corey and old intellect, if for once in our miserable lives, we can put our differences aside for Batman.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Intellect didn't show up yet.
Okay, all right.
He didn't show up yet.
Intellect, let me have my moment right now.
Yeah. He's gonna come in a little bit later.
Just let me have one. Oh. Oh, it's been some days of rejoicing out there. It's been some good days out there. We you know what? There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know, politics are messed up, man. Omicron's on the prowl, the new variant. People are getting sicker a lot quicker than they were before. But people, it's not all bad, but we have been blessed to receive the gift of Batman several times. People, we have had bestowed upon us 3 different Batman trailers. Yes, I know one was a teaser, but it's all any kind of Batman, no matter how much, is good enough for me. And people, we're talking about the Batman, the Matt Reeves film that's going to be coming out in March. And people like, wait a minute, hold on, Corey. You know, this can't be a new Batman trailer that just dropped. How come you ain't bouncing around the room talking about shit and acting stupid and losing your mind right now? You know, like you usually do? Well, people, this is different now. This is a little different. You know, the new Batman trailer's out, yes, and normally I would be losing my mind, but I've already done that a couple of times. I did it with the teaser. I did it with that last Batman trailer. I think it's about time now to sit down and use a little intellect with this new trailer right here. I decided to be like Batman myself and go through the trailer to look for deeper meanings. People are saying, first of all, as we have... I
was saying, where's your smoking jacket and your pipe?
Oh,
we're gonna get into this.
Yes,
we're gonna get into it.
Yes. Oz says, you and intellect? Oh, you bullshit! you and intellect have never gotten along, Corey. You know, when you and intellect are in the same room, we got to keep you two separated. You two never, ever have been nice to each other. Well, today I'm going to see if old Corey...
I'm a different man.
I'm a different man. I'm going to see if old Corey and old intellect, if for once in our miserable lives, we can put our differences aside for Batman. My approach right now, and the reason why I'm doing it is because Matt Reeves says, you know, you're going to get a different Batman here because of the influences that I have for the Batman movie. You know, he says, I have a lot of cinematic influences here that's going to give you a Batman that you've probably never seen before. I can see those influences. He's already mentioned about 4 different sources, at least, of cinema that he says have a direct impact on his approach. I haven't watched this because, you know, I watch these trailers about 30, 40 times in a row sometimes. You know. I would like to go through and share with you what parts of the trailer that, not the movie, but the trailer that I can already see these influences happening. I can already see those films that he admires. I can already see their stamp on this motion picture right here, just in trailer form.
Really?
Really? I want to see if you guys, maybe you know some of the influences I'm talking about. Maybe you saw them just as I did. And then we can go over this together. But let's watch this one more time together before we go into this deep dive discussion of influences on the Batman. I said I was going to be cool. I said I was going to keep myself to intellect. Intellect.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Intellect didn't show up yet.
Okay, all right. Let me just.
He didn't show up yet.
Intellect, let me have my moment right now.
Yeah.
Keep it
He's
together.
gonna come in a little bit later.
Just let me have one. Oh shit!
Intellect is still waiting. Still in the bathroom.
March 4th. Cannot get here soon enough, y'all. I cannot wait. Cannot wait, man, for this. Oh, is that Intellect coming in? I heard a toilet flush. Oh, hello, Intellect. How are you? How are you? I know you and I have not always gotten along, but today I think we can work together. Have a seat.
Intellect's like, well, I heard something earlier. Was that you?
Was that you being stupid? Riddle me this. Were you being a damn fool a while ago? The answer is yes. But I got that out my system right now. And I tell you what, before we even get into this discussion, you know, people, we got to pay bills around here. You know, we got to earn our money. And we got to thank our sponsor for this segment, this portion of the show, which is Dadgrass. Everyone talks about how Bruce Wayne is so serious, you know. And I know fighting crime, that is a serious thing, but my man got to relax sometimes, you know. But I don't want to get him too high. I don't want to mess his mind up, you know, just in case the Joker busts out and, you know, crime starts popping off again. I want to be ready at any moment. That's why I think that Bruce Wayne and I, we could sit down, Batman and I, we could sit down and cool out with Dadgrass. I'd introduce him to that good weed like his daddy used to smoke. Before he got shot in that alley, of course. You know? That's what it is, man. They talk about how back in the day, you know, your folks, man, your parents, your grandparents, they had that good stuff, man. They had that good weed. Why? Because it wasn't like you have today where, you know, you get too far gone, your mind gets all twisted, you get paranoid, you get a little too high. Not mellow like your parents and grandparents did back in the day. But that's all gonna change now, thanks to Dadgrass. Dadgrass gives you the pleasure of a nice casual smoke without getting you too damn high. You know, Mia would tell you, like, if I try to keep up with her smoking or anything, man, I knock the hell out. I just don't handle it that well, you know, or I get too silly. I get too stupid with it. She seen me just sit there and start babbling one day. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Corey wants to control himself. And
yeah, Mia said, let yourself go. I can. I like to be a little bit in control, but I still want to feel good. You can do that with Dadgrass, even Momgrass right there. And to answer your question, Mia, Dadgrass is legal. It's organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body, but puts your mind in a mellow state. Again, that's what I need right there. They have 100% organic pre-rolled joints that are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping a clear head. You can cool out without getting stoned. Their whole comparison, their analogy is, it's like having a nice glass of wine without being a wino and drinking a whole bottle. You understand, man. As you like wino you.
Oh, Mr. Green.
Oh,
Mr. Wino you.
You wino you. Yeah, man. Whether you're looking for a new buzz or you want to chill out with an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. Like this guy right here. Look at that.
That weed bandit.
I want to be. Oh, Dadgrass, you weed bandit, you. I want to be that man right there, and you can too. Because right now, I'm going to make it easy for you. Right now, Dadgrass is offering to our toasties out there 20% off their first order. All you have to do is go to dadgrass.com/toasted to get that. Again, go to dadgrass.com/toasted for 20% off your first order. And I'm going to spell that out for you. dadgrass.com/toasted. Toasted is TOASTED to get 20% off your first order. Cool out, man. Mellow out, dude. And be like old pops. Be like moms. Be like your grandfolks back in the day. Be mellow, man. With Dadgrass, who I want to thank for sponsoring this portion of the show. And of course, I want to thank all of you, man, out there for your support, as always. All right, let's go ahead and get into this discussion right here. Now, this trailer here, why do we have a new one? Besides, you know, everybody just always needs a little Batman goodness in their life. Well, for this one, they want to kind of get you into other characters besides Batman. In particular, one character, they wanted to highlight the relationship between Batman and someone he looks like he's partnering up with in this movie, Catwoman, which they do flat out say in the trailer.
The Bat and the Cat.
Just in case you didn't get it.
The Bat and the Cat.
The Bat and the Cat. Dr. Seuss book going through it. We have like cat jokes and cat puns.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays.
Yeah, okay. Again, we get it. Be like if Batman had a cage full of bats, right? Okay, so also you get more. I was just like, all right, you and Intellect, see, y'all not getting along now. See, this is how it starts.
Shaky there, little shaky.
This is how it starts.
It's not working already.
No, come on, y'all, come on, get back on track. You know, we get moments of Batman. You know, those comic book panel moments where Batman leaps down with his cape, all coming out, all glorious. You know, that moment right there. You know, so this is not like we're not getting big comic book moments in what they're considering, again, sort of like what Christopher Nolan did, probably a more realistic approach to Batman, except this time more realistic and perhaps more gritty. Now, you got your comic book stuff in there, as we always need. But the trailer also, I think, highlighted something else that is not being talked about a lot, and that is the influences that director Matt Reeves had for his direction and his approach and his tone for this film. And Matt Reeves is one of my favorite directors, man. He did the Planet of the Apes trilogy, which I love. They're almost flawless to me.
The trilogy.
Yeah.
The trilogy.
Yep. I think it's one of the, it's a perfect trilogy that we have out there. But with this, man, I really love going in and looking at the things that influence Batman here outside of the comic books. And when we say outside the comic books, we're talking about other films that are not comic book related that actually influenced him here. I'm going to start out with probably one big influence here that if you've said the name and you looked at what Matt Reeves is doing, you would notice it right off the bat. And the first influence that I want to talk about here, because the Batman deals with a lot of isolated characters, a lot of isolated dark characters who are all caught up in their own heads, man. And that is not unlike a certain character in a certain movie that Matt Reeves has directly said has had an influence on his approach to the Batman.
Preparing himself for the only moment in his life that will ever mean anything.
That is Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver. Of course, that's a Martin Scorsese classic right there. And, when you think about Travis Bickle, man, who is, an icon of cinema, but a very disturbing icon of cinema. You look at him, he's a lonely character who spends most of his time alone because he just can't relate to the world around him.
Thank God for the rain, which has helped wash away the garbage and the trash off the sidewalks. I'm working long hours now. It's a long hustle, but it keeps me real busy.
Right there, this man not being able to relate to the world, sitting around being all alone to himself. There's another aspect of this character right here. He's also crazy. And when you look at that, and his whole reason for living now is to go out there and cleanse this world that he can't understand. This is a guy who decided to take it upon himself to go out there and do what he doesn't think the law can do. And the word for that, be a vigilante.
Too much abuse has gone on for too long.
This is not too different. This is not unlike, it's almost kind of like, almost exactly like another crazy person that who has decided to go out there and take it upon himself. Consider it his job to clean up the city.
The hell are you supposed to be?
You're like, so what's the answer? It is still an answer to the question. Also in this, they're talking about how, you know, before when you had your previous versions of Bruce Wayne, you know, some of them were just putting on an act of being a playboy, and they were just kind of all business on the side. Or you know, some of them were like Ben Affleck, who would just fuck anything that moves and drink anything that moves. You know, he embraced it. They say that this Bruce Wayne is also going to be more of a loner. He's also going to be more withdrawn. He's not going to have that playboy image up there.
But there's a big difference. Bruce Wayne is rich. And Travis Bickle, he doesn't have no money. Well,
that's the difference, though. What would Travis Bickle be like if he did have money? You know, what would he be like if he did go off the deep end and have all that Bruce Wayne had afforded to him? You know, the whole point is that these characters are withdrawn. In fact, that's interesting. It goes to show you that money doesn't really matter. It's all about mentality.
Money matters when the impact is bigger when you have the money.
No, the impact is bigger, but the mentality is not. You know, it's a similar thing. You know, you have both these people who are. One is, you know, you could even look at it like, okay, you know, you have one guy. Maybe he's the state that he is. You know, maybe he's going deeper off the deep end. Maybe he's going crazy because he don't have the kind of money and all the kind of care that Bruce Wayne has. And I know we're talking about fictional characters, but, you know, we're talking about somebody who has nothing and somebody who can't even probably afford the kind of lifestyle and healthcare that somebody like Bruce Wayne has. This guy, but they're both crazy people in a way.
But no, I mean, at this point with Bruce Wayne, it has nothing to do with money at this point. Money cannot bring his parents back.
Exactly.
And it's a wrap at this point. You know, his parents are gone. It doesn't matter at this point how much money you have.
These are very lonely people who see the world as a dark place and have taken it upon them somehow, feeling that it's their job, it's their responsibility to make it better. One guy's doing it just because he sees all the scum at night when he's driving around, and another guy sees it because he sees injustice and he thinks that what he's really doing is chasing. He's going to continuously try to chase the murder of his parents, which is never going to bring them back. You know,
and I would think money's a big deal to Bruce Wayne, man. Once you grow up with something, that's all you know, right? So he's always had money. So, you know,
he doesn't care about money. Actually, he knows that money doesn't mean that much to him.
Yeah, because he's always had it. So, you know, for him,
but
it's
he
no
still
big deal.
uses it for nice Batmobiles and all that stuff. You know?
Well, he used it to help himself go even crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just about Batman. It's like all this stuff in the movie. You know, like Travis Bickle, he cannot stand the condition. He cannot stand the city that he sees, that he's always exposed to, and that is driving him crazy. He hates it.
All the animals come out at night. Whores, skunk pussies, buggers, queens, fairies. Someday a real rain will come and wash all this scum off the streets.
You know, in a way, you can kind of say this is the same mentality of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and in this particular case, as we saw in the trailer, of the Riddler.
I'm just here to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city.
You know, that's more of a theme that's going on with this movie right here. You know, loneliness and also this outlook of a world that is just ugly and somehow needs to be fixed, whether you're a hero or a villain. We're talking about themes and emotions and mentalities, but I mean, let's not forget that it's just the look of this. If you can look at this trailer of Taxi Driver here and see how, you know, even with some of the same colors, you know, in the cinematography, that the look of it has had an impact on the Batman. And the crazy thing about that is, technically, this would be the second Batman movie that, you know, the directors have said have openly been influenced by Taxi Driver.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
You know, maybe there's something about Batman and Travis Bickle that's uncomfortably close that we haven't recognized all this time, but it's coming out, you know, and it's coming out in other characters too that's around Batman. You know, maybe these themes are just so much alike. You know, it's funny because for Martin Scorsese to say that comic book movies are things that are ruining cinema.
Right.
You know, we're actually seeing how his influence are making some of these movies better. These movies, they can be just as deep as, you know, a Martin Scorsese movie if you kind of put the biases aside.
There's a very thin difference between, you know, Travis Bickle, you know, during the day driving his taxi, doing whatever, or in his quote unquote lair getting ready for the nighttime, and him, you know, look at him training right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I mean,
if you want to take it to that level, you know, and him in the car, you know, he might as well have his mask on driving people around.
Yeah, these movies are. Yeah, there's a lot of similar themes that happen here, and that's why directors should not go around putting down other directors' work or putting down other genres, because you never know. All cinema can connect in some kind of way. They're divided by genres, and maybe they take on different lighthearted tones or darker tones or whatever. But, you know, a lot of these things of, you know, cinema altogether is very similar, man. You know, we all tell the same stories. You know, they all have the same story arcs. They all have the same characters
similar
sometimes.
Beats.
Some similar beats. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. No, good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, no, man, I'm telling boy, I looked at this shit all day. I got deep.
All right.
Got deep.
I can see Intellect next to you shaking his head like, yeah, okay.
You know what? I was going to slap the shit out of you, Corey. But another movie that he mentioned, movie came out the year I was born. It's a classic, actually. Some people call this a masterpiece. And some of your parents, if you yourself have not seen this before.
All right, Popeye's here.
It's all perfectly legal because Doyle fights dirty.
You want to take a ride there, fat man?
And plays right.
Like, glad he wasn't talking to me.
Is that Martin again?
Yeah, it is Martin. Huh? Somebody said Popeyes? Man, where the chicken at?
Damn it, man.
But people
can't escape this, man. Oh, this is crazy.
Another Martin variant over here.
Another Martin. Jesus.
I love this.
There, get your hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall. What's my name?
Popeye Doyle.
Somebody say Popeyes? That's why Martin showed up. Intellect says, get back on track. You're getting stupid now. People, this is The French Connection, man.
Oh,
again, this is a cop action thriller from 1971. As I said, considered to be a masterpiece, man. And it is a great film. It's actually a pretty great story. Popeye Doyle is a great character played by Gene Hackman, but the movie is really known for, and sometimes, you know, unfairly so. You know, they forget how much the movie is so good, but people keep mentioning, oh man, but what about those car chases? You know,
that's emotions.
Yeah, man, this is considered to be one of the, still today, this is considered to be one of the greatest car chases in film history. Because I know, you know, the reason why, because you're like, well, man, I've seen car chases where they jump over like 5 buildings. You know, you thinking of Fast and Furious. That's the reason why.
This is very realistic.
Exactly. This is the reason why this is considered one of the greatest, because it's not assisted by CG. They're not doing all these crazy stunts. This seems like this is plausible. This seems like this, you know, this is a chase that could happen.
Actually, this camera shows you you are driving it or something.
And it puts you right there. That, like, this chase scene straps your ass at the front of the car. Where you're like,
So, they pulling a Mad Max on your ass.
Yeah.
made you
a hood ornament. The Batman trailer. I mean, every trailer that they've put out, they've highlighted. They've been very proud of, that's right, their car chases. I like the way Batman parked so he could watch his own car chase. Damn, a bad motherfucker, boy. That was cool. So, of course, we're going to have, you know, a more exaggerated car chase than we did in The French Connection because, I mean, come on, it's Batman. But these still, I mean, looking at this and looking at every trailer where these car chases have happened, they still do have sort of a street-level grittiness to them. You know, there's just something about, you know, the way this is filmed that looks like, all right, I could definitely see where they took The French Connection and exaggerated a little bit, you know, made it Batmaned it up.
Even back to the 60s with crazy, what's his name, Burt Ward and Adam West.
Adam West, yeah.
You know, the two things that's always been common with Batman is Batman and the Batmobile, right?
Yep.
And there've always been a case where you had to highlight the Batmobile in every one of these Batman movies. So, you know, it makes sense for them to, you know, to go back and look at one of the best, you know, chase scenes in cinema, you know, to go there and try to mimic or, you know, stylize it in a fashion so that you still have that sense of, you know, speed, that sense of excitement.
Yeah.
And right now, they look like they're trying to do that as well, man. Again, you got to highlight the Batmobile. You have to. So I think they're going to definitely have a lot of these, you know, scenes in here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, you know, it's one of the things that I love, again, about these influences here. We already mentioned them, but for them trying to make a more grounded Batman.
I can't front them. That's a badass Batmobile, though.
Oh, yeah. You know what's cool about that is that it does these crazy things, but it still looks like, it looks functional, man. You know, it ain't looking like some shit that's there for show. You know, like Tim Burton's Batmobile, that shit, you turn a corner, you're knocking out like 5 cars.
Sculptural look
and the body is like a muscle car. You know what I mean? Those old school 70s muscle cars.
Let's go ahead and go to a third influence that he talked about here. Again, this is something that is a little more grounded, something that's also considered a Hollywood classic.
There are lots of guys like J.J. Gitters.
Have we ever met?
Well, no.
I've never hired you to do anything, certainly not spy on my husband.
People, this is the mystery Chinatown. Yes, that's a young Jack Nicholson that you see right there. Why you laugh? You're like, yes, with this stupid ass.
Damn, it looked like that video game L.A. Noire.
Yep, and L.A. Noire, got probably a lot of influence from Chinatown right here, man. I forgot when this was. What year was this, y'all? Was this 74? I forgot. But, man, this is, you're probably thinking right now, what does this have to do with Batman at all? And, you know, something now we've covered dark themes of mentality. We've covered action. And with this one, with the French Connection, we're talking more mystery now. And I think one of the things that, and I can't say for sure here, but I think one of the things that they're trying to do with the Batman that connects to Chinatown is with mystery, you have secrets that are brought forward, uncovered, but also not just regular secrets. We're talking about family secrets, which played a huge theme in Chinatown. This is a rough scene to show. It's a little bit of a spoiler too, but it's a rough scene, and if anybody's sensitive about violence to women, you might not want to watch this. Don't hold it against me. It's the movie. It's considered to be you know, one of the classic endings or reveals to a movie. We're talking about way before M. Night Shyamalan and all this kind of stuff.
I said I want the truth.
Damn.
She's my sister.
Damn.
Damn.
Every time.
It's like, oh, just stand on the side. Damn. Damn. Pat, damn.
Crazy. Smacks was hard.
I know.
This
Shit.
was hard, son.
Give that man an answer, man.
My sister, my daughter.
Shit. My auntie, my cousin, my grandma.
Just tell him what he wants.
Tell him, give him something, yeah. My dog, my cat.
Tell him.
What the fuck do you want?
It's the hamster.
He's answered him already.
Yeah, man. Now, how does that connect to what I saw in the trailer right here? Well, you know, and I'm sure
Batman
a lot of people.
slaps
I know,
Catwoman like
Batman slapping Catwoman.
Like
The hell?
The Riddler. The Joker.
why you have so many cats?
No, this is something where I think it connects because you saw in the trailer where Bruce Wayne is he's pretty much looking at Alfred. And his feelings all hurt. Alfred, you lied to me.
All these years, you lied to me, Alfred.
You're like, yeah, you got
I
me.
had to.
Yeah, you got me. But you know, with this, I think though when he said you lied to me, it's probably a family secret that's coming up. I think that's one of the big highlights of the movie where the Riddler's uncovering some secrets about the Wayne family.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's not holding, and I don't think it's going over well with the city either. You know, these familiar, these family secrets that are being brought up. I don't think everybody's going to know that Bruce Wayne is Batman, but it's definitely, with these secrets coming out, is a stain on the Wayne family. And you can kind of, I don't know, I'm just making a guess right here. You see people holding signs that say lies, lies, lies. The Riddler probably exposed them, so they're putting up Riddler question marks. So, you know, this whole thing of family secrets brought forward that people didn't know and other people didn't want you to know probably connects to something that we saw very similar in Chinatown.
The secrets, like they never paid taxes. That's how they. That's how they.
That might be a little
rich.
too real. You got this is considered to be a great detective film as well as a mystery, and you know, I could definitely see where that's connecting to, you know, this procedural thing that Jack Nicholson's character is doing. You know, trying to uncover this mystery. So, and along the way, discovering a few things that he did not like to hear, as you can tell from this scene right here.
I said I want the truth.
God damn!
Damn, son.
Tell this man what he wants to hear. Shit, lie to him if you have to.
Yeah, God damn.
At that point, you just say, "What do you want? What do you fucking want to hear?" Talking about mystery. So, Matt Reeves has come out and, you know, a long time ago, back in 2017, before any of this other stuff was mentioned, before any of these other influences were brought up, when people didn't even know what was going to happen. They thought there was going to be completely different villains in here. They thought some people from the Zack Snyder movies, that they were going to be involved. Of course, all that has changed. But one of the things that's still being, the name that is still being touted here is Alfred Hitchcock, who apparently got caught peeing in the alley somewhere.
Oh.
Hey, Alfred, what you doing? Oh shit. Fool, he pissing.
Yeah. Had too many beers.
He peeing in an alley, man, after he walked out of a club. Look at this.
Yo, that is the best busted face ever.
He got caught jacking off in public.
Whatever he isn't supposed to be doing, he's getting caught for it right now.
Like,
I don't know what he's doing, but he's getting caught right now.
Like there's a hook on her knees right now. I said, mind your own business. The police just rolled up on his ass. Hey, what the hell are you doing over there? She got his dick in a glory hole right there. I can't seem to break free.
He's doing all the bad shit right there. That one picture, everything bad, he's doing it right there.
Yes.
You can think of.
This fool is jacking off and peeing into a glory hole right now.
Yes, he just got caught.
If you could just give me 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry, man.
Good evening.
Sorry, intellect. Sorry, intellect.
Like, you know what, I'm done, y'all. I tried. I knew it. But, you know, he's often looked at as a hard director and a pervert. But, you know, thanks to films such as The Birds and one big movie that everybody says that is considered to be one of the scariest movies of all time. And anybody who knows that score, you know that is the shower scene from Psycho. And, you know, it's cool to look at these movies and say that, yeah, this guy, he's had a huge influence on horror. He really has. But, you know, to be more fair, he's directed more mysteries and thrillers in his career. And, you know, some of them are even lighthearted mysteries that are out there. Some of them actually considered to be just kind of almost cinematic masterpieces just based on style.
I look down. I look up. I look...
I look up and I'm a bitch. That is Vertigo. Vertigo is not only considered to be a great mystery, but Vertigo is it's considered also to be just it's a gorgeous film, man. If you ever see it in 70 millimeter, it's just the cinematography is amazing, man. But as far as the mystery goes too, it's also pretty awesome.
What was the strange attraction that brought these two together? The specter from the past that drew her to the ancient headstone in the mission graveyard.
You know, looking at the mystery that we have here, of course, the Batman movie, you know, you got the Riddler in there. You know, you got a guy who's all about, that's his MO, that's his gimmick, that's his shtick, mystery. So who better than Alfred Hitchcock to have an influence on a movie where the main villain is all about mystery?
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
You know, I don't know if I'm making stretches here, but these are the connections that I made, and I think that, you know, and if I'm correct, when we see the final film, I think that it's amazing that Matt Reeves is such a great director that even he can show his influences without being too obvious, without being too overbearing, without being, you know, someone that looks like he's just copying somebody's style out there. I think it's actually really cool when you see what he can do. And it comes across in the trailer itself before you even see the movie, how he takes these influences and actually makes them, you know, his own. And not only makes them his own, but he puts them in as part of the story. Because there's a lot of people out there who just straight out jack movies, or they mimic movies. You know, you can tell that they straight out copy the style because they love somebody so much. You know, that's the great thing about Matt Reeves. You know, if you look hard enough, you can see where these influences are coming from, but he makes them his own.
Everything looks so precise. Like I said before, like he was out there saying, okay, that was great. Another take. That was good too. Give me it again. It makes for a tight film. That's what it looks like.
Somebody sent me an email saying that they also see some connections here. I'm going to see what they say. And apparently,
wait, what? Somebody put down Willy Wonka or something?
Well, you know what? I guess I can't deny this. They say another big influence for Matt Reeves in this movie. If you look at them side by side, I can't deny it. You have Bruce Wayne right here in Shades, who was definitely influenced by Tommy Wiseau. So,
Exactly.
So hey, man, I can't deny that another marvelous director this man was influenced by. So, but I don't know, people. Did it seem like I was stretching right here? Do you see the connections? You know, if you think I'm full of shit, you know, please.
Gotta see the whole movie.
Please let me know.
Find out.
Now, who you bullshit?
Yeah, if that's how you feel, you know, you let me know. But yeah, those are my connections that I made there, and I cannot wait to see the film, as you have guessed.
We like the intellectual Corey.
Do you?
Yes.
Does really?
Yeah.
Does that make him hot?
Yes.
Does that make him sexier?
Yes.
Oh, you know, I'll start reading books in front of you. Book will be upside down.